You got it there.
Yeah, he's talked about, he briefly referenced this yesterday.
So in that, on the palate,
The
that's.
red spot, yeah, it's just mucosa. That's part of the palatal repair condition, but someone thought that was inflammation. It wasn't painful.
So the x-ray looks like there's a lot less bone there at that cleft site. Does that make it harder to integrate an implant?
Less bone at the cleft site? We actually grafted her.
Oh, you put some in there,
So
okay.
we put bone in there. She had a block graft.
Hang on a minute, I might have a picture.
A picture of the block graft?
Of the block graft. There was a block graft there.
So, although she's not high, low, high because, there's a little bit of malocclusion there, but the gingival, she has a very high smile and the gingival margins look really good. But only the two.
So anyway, she came back after college. So this has got to be about 2005 or 2006. I'm not particularly happy with her hygiene, and I talked to her a little bit about that. But so when Jim sent me the pictures, I go, wait a minute, I didn't leave that lateral that short. So I unscrewed it, added some porcelain to it, and everybody's happy. Again, it wasn't something she noticed because it was too subtle over time.
But interestingly, the other implant-supported prosthesis didn't do that. It was just that anterior.
Okay. So Dr. Crothers, you're up. Oh, here
Here's
we
the
go.
block graft.
No, so there's the block graft. There's what Dr. Swift did. And then that's the block graft the day that we placed the implants screw out. And that's the radiograph prior to taking that out. So, okay. Let me get out of here. There are 827 pictures.
Thank you for showing us all of them.
Some of them are probably subliminal, whatever.
Liminal.
I think I saw all of them.
No, you didn't, because I didn't go beyond 446.
Well, you want to briefly describe?
No, I don't want to have anything to say about it. I have nothing to do
Remember,
with
he's
this.
conflicted.
I have nothing to do with this.
Conflicted.
This is a case that you
He's
brought to
conflicted
talk
and
about.
convicted.
Convicted,
He's a convict conflict.
So I got a few.
Up under view.
I see.
Or down
I'm
below.
familiar with
Presenter view. One more there.
What-
Presenter.
Presenter.
view.
Slideshow.
All right, so I guess, how many of you heard about Versa, or some of you probably were in previous courses? We've been doing this a few years, me and Fred and some of the other guys, and one of the courses I went to, it was before this was even launched, this new way of preparing osteotomy. It seemed really interesting to me, and eventually those burrs became available. I was still kind of skeptical, but nonetheless I bought some, and unlike most osteotomy drills where you're on the mannequins, you're drilling out bone, or this, other than the first drill, the twist drill, it condenses, it's a run and reverse, and it compresses and enlarges the osteotomy. And I guess the thinking is you can get better stability in cases often you have a little less buccal bone, you can expand that out, so you don't need to graft as much, and also the benefit of possibly loading it sooner. You don't get dip in the natural biology that's going on after you place an implant. So there's nothing really amazing about this case. It just happened to be my first case, so I documented it. And I'll just go through this first case. The patient had obviously in my opinion, unrestorable molar tooth with endo. You can see there's something going on in the crown, so it was not a case that would do endo on. So we removed the tooth, and I go back.
Yes.
going somehow here.
Well, I'm just gonna, so, this is the implant, this is the nerve canal, and that's where it's deficient.
So cases like that before, I'd say, refill, so, but I said, I'm gonna see what I can do with this, no big deal. I was amazed, and replaced, because of lack of attached tissue, I did incision and reflective flap, and when I started doing implants, I flapped everything, and I think it's really important to do that for a while, if some of you are just starting out, because, and if you're not using cone beam, because you would be amazed with the bone, how different it can look, compared to just with observing the soft tissue, and even probing things. I would flap for a while, until you get a feel for things, and look at the bone, and so, and also, the lack of attached tissue is a concern, so we flapped this back, and I wanted to watch this osteotomy as I did. And I don't have some of the pictures of these actual burrs. I wanted to include that, but the next one I have something there. So we placed the implant. We let it heal, and I think one of these you can kind of see how it, there. And expanded that ridge. I like custom abutments on all my implants. I like to control the margin. That's after about 3 months into restoration there. And cemented or ground in. So that was the first one. But the next one was down in Orlando with these guys again, and they Paul, you may have to help me get here. And I wanted to expand my skills and start doing sinus bumps, as I was referring to many cases that maybe I needed more length. So I was talking to Salah and Fred here, and they said, well, why don't you do it with the VersaVerse? This you can't do it with VersaVerse. And sure, yeah. And they said, certainly you can. So, okay, I go back and I try to find a case, and so this is my first Versa sinus autograph. And this patient came to me. There's something wrong with his tooth. Obviously, had a bad crown on 4. I don't remember the circumstances, but I said, I think I remember it was a weak tooth. I said, it's probably going to break. And the next one. And it broke. And I'm not going to restore that. So I said, well, okay, I'm thinking implant right away. Probably not an immediate. So we removed the tooth. The tricky extraction, obviously. But we grafted the site. We waited probably 4 months or so. I'll go again. I did not use for whatever reason, I did not use a cone beam on this one. I just took a 5mm ball, made my measurements. Back again.
I'm not familiar with the 5mm ball.
It's just a way of to complicate. You get the foreshortening, lengthening of distortion from X-ray. You can calibrate your measurement.
Buy a stainless steel BB or a ball bearing, you measure it, sterilize it. And now you can take a piece of wax and stick it. You can do it with beryllium, got a surgeon, there are a lot of different things. But the nice thing about the ball bearing is you know it's a fixed diameter, and you don't have to measure each time. You just know that I got a 5mm ball bearing, and when I look at the radiograph, if it's 6mm, I know I've got a 20% elongation, or it's short or whatever.
I don't think I needed to actually do the sinus bump in this case, and I guess if anyone wanted to try it, I'd say pick a case where you don't really necessarily have to do it, just to, get get comfortable with it. So this is how she looked after she healed for a few months. March was the last one, so yeah, 4 months maybe. I flapless on this one. I usually will just put my twist drill right through initially and get my angulation, just because I don't like a bloody mess and everything if I want to re-angulate, and then I'll flap it. I pre-measured, I knew where that should be. I got real close there with the correction indicator. I go through my Versa drill series, and this will see the Versa. That's the Versa, one of the osteotomes. And when you get to the sinus there, we're going to go back a little bit. To that one there is the last one, right? You get right at the wall. That's when you will go just in fracture slightly. I place my bone into that socket and slowing down the osteotomy to maybe like 200-300 RPMs and pressing that bone